Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the darkest dungeon. I think we're going to go after the Sunken Crew here, which does arguably mean I want to bring along a heavy-hitting team. And I'm recognizing as I'm looking at my team here, it's going to have to be team self-heal. Because I've got no one who can heal that's veteran level. Well, no one that can heal that is able to heal anyone but themselves is the problem. Now, granted, team self-heal isn't necessarily going to be the best for fighting this target. I think the Sunken Crew can probably be blighted. I don't think he can be bled. I think it's a giant skeleton. It's the best way to describe the Sunken Crew. But yeah, we're looking at probably something like double Houndmaster, Leper in the front, and one of our two Abominations in number 2. Oh, he needs Eldritch. Range and accuracy isn't... oh, that does matter because those are ranged. Okay. And then we have you, Cove, so you do bonus damage to the Cove, so you're actually ideal for this. Out of the two here. Fragile's a little annoying, but we can work with Fragile. Same thing with Stress Eater. Okay, so this looks like the team we're going to be taking here to face the Sunken Crew. Do I want to upgrade this team any before we're going? Let's make sure they're at least up and upgraded their skills to the max for the moment. Those are the ones we're going to use. I don't have the DLC, so we're not going to bother to transform him. Those are basically skills we're going to use. That's fine. That's probably the skills we're going to use on you, because we've got you in the back. Same there, we're going to use you in the back. Okay. And then they're all 3... I'd maybe have enough that we could splurge to pick up the armor. Maybe even the armor. So what, this would be 3,000 times 4. Actually, no, I'm probably rich enough we can pick up everything. We can pick up the damage and the armor. Increase the likelihood we actually succeed, so yeah. Okay. That was expensive, but let's see if we can get that to pay off. So in versus the Sunken Crew. This is a medium into the Cove, so we'll take all the food. I'm gonna take 2 stacks of torches. This is the Cove, so we'll take all the herbs. Medium quest will take 3 bandages, 4 shovels. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. That should work. Oh, that's a good question. Do I want to pick up any different camp skills? So one of them has Hound Watch, so that's good. Yeah, no, I think we're just I think we're just gonna be fine with what we've got. Unless we've got something where we can give you like damage. Well, reflection. Nah, I think we'll be fine as is. We'll just roll in with the 4 here. In we go.
I employed a crew of particularly unsavory mariners, who for a time sailed the 4 corners at my behest, retrieving many valuable artifacts, relics, and rare texts. Predictably, they increased their tariffs to counter my intense stipulations of secrecy. Such resources had long been exhausted, of course, and so I prepared an alternative payment.
Oh dear. I wonder what that alternative payment was. Might explain why they are undead instead of flesh and
The poor
bone.
devils, chained and drowning for eternity.
Okay, so usually the boss is as far away from you as it can be at the start. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's probably one of these two. I'm gonna guess it's bottom right.
The light, the promise of safety.
Okay, we got our first fight. We're working our way towards where we think the boss will be. Bleed the entire, or attempt to bleed the entire crew. Missing's a bit of a shame. Let's target whistle you.
Obliterated.
Down to cultists left. That's great. And again, this is basically team self-heal. Okay, good to see he didn't get pushed. So everyone's basically responsible for their own healing here. Okay, so he's dead before he's going to do any more damage. As he dies on his next go.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Ah, missed. That was a nice situation to hit in.
Their formation is broken.
Okay, so the enemy team is dead.
Maintain the offensive.
I did realize I need to swap the skills in the Handmasters.
Inches.
Got in the back. Okay, so we drop off Blackjack, because that's not going to be super useful. I'll do target whistle. That way we've got two ways to apply the mark. And then you... Actually, yeah, we'll run that. I don't think we want the guard dog yet. How much bleed do you have left on you? 4 points? We'll just take it instead of cure with the bandage.
Watch your step. A fortune, waiting to be spent.
The only guy that was worth keeping, so we'll leave them here. I'll clear his debuff. Again, we think the boss is here. We get a scouting report, and will save us some pathing. Also tells us that if we can keep the... Oh, I forgot to bring a key. If we find a key, we can go back for the secret. We're not going to go back for the secret room right now, obviously, because I forgot to bring a key.
Finding the stuff is only the
Ooh,
first
now I
test.
want that key.
Now it must be carried home.
That key's probably worth losing the emerald. I'm gonna leave the rest in the chest, or in the chest there. The Handmaster is probably gonna do the best at Trap Disarm, yeah, 100%.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Oh, I have no way to target the Oracle right now. They're all bleed resistant, but we can try to get all of them to bleed anyway. There we go. Hit the front guy at least. Stress wave. I'm not actually too worried about stress. Harry them all. Yeah, let's just harry them all. Oh, actually, that was... I hit 4 instead of 3. Meant to hit 3. He's the guy we probably want marked anyway. Light the fisherman in the middle. We're gonna try to de-stealth the guy in the back. There you go. So now we can kill him. Or at least could try. Okay. We have you marked. We'd like you dead so you don't
Continue the
explode.
onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, he is dead. So we can ignore him going forward. Okay, so you can catch the target whistle like that as well. Okay.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Okay, let's try to buy some time to do some healing. You stun. Okay, that didn't buy as much time.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Okay, that works. Would have liked a bit more healing on the Abomination, but...
Ghoulish horrors. Brought low
Can I pick
and
the crests?
driven into
Yes.
the mud.
Leave the rest here. We're gonna actually ignore the chest. Okay, so scouting has told us where the boss is. So we're gonna rest in the next room, and then we'll go fight the boss. To be fair, we're gonna run into one short fight before we get there, but...
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy
Okay,
alike.
hallway fight. Bunch of wide mouth.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Ah, missed. Okay, back around to us. So you're dead in 2. I might prefer to actually stun you. Get that one, get it down to 9. Go for the stun.
As the fiend falls,
That's a little bit of a harder stun than we wanted.
hope blossoms.
Okay, so the white math is dead. We'll just take the time to heal here. Everyone's on self-heal duty, so the Abomination being solo is a bit of an issue, but... Okay, we heal, it dies. There it goes.
Slowly,
And it's
gently.
predicted.
This is how a life is taken.
We're close enough to the end, I don't need these medicinal herb. take the deeds. We are still needing deeds. And we're gonna take our long rest here.
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
Okay, Hound's Watch. You know, we'll do Therapy Dog to finish that off.
In Radiance, may we find
And then
victory.
we got one hallway battle, and then we're at the boss. And then we'll backtrack to do the secret room. Although first we gotta deal with the Collector.
Merciless.
Collector, I believe, is pretty stun resistant. They got a 30% chance to stun him anyway. Ooh, actually got the stun off. Mark him.
A decisive pummeling.
There goes the stun. There's 0% chance that was going to stun, but that's just the attack move that guy has for someone rank 1. So the Collector is doing his collect call. Although I think it might be too late for him. Oh, well, it will be as soon as we can get a round to connect with him. And
Eradicate.
remove one. Do we outspeed? We do outspeed. Do we continue to outspeed? We do!
As the ghoulish collection scatters, the rats prepare to feast.
The Collector has been
Remind
collected.
yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Ooh. Who has the worst trait I want to get rid of? Oh, you're actually slower with the Torch's Eye. Oh, that's fine. You're someone who's going to accept being near the end of the cycle, so that's fine. We might clear that if we don't got something better. Ooh, distress is high is not too bad. Would like to get rid of Fragile. Might be you. That's fine. I think it's definitely the Illumination right now. We're going to make the roll on. Yeah, we're going to roll on the Illumination. Misses the spot. Got removed. That might be the one that was effectively hit accuracy on the ranged, which would actually be fine here. To clear, so quickly eat some food, get these guys up to full before going to the fight. We know this is the fight coming up here. We have a stress debuff. Ooh, this blurb. In we go.
Even in death, the captain shouts his orders, and the crew obeys.
Less to do damage and more to do stun. 50% chance of stun.
Well struck.
Stuns. Great. Okay, mark the crew. I could technically try to stun the crew, but that's not worth the effort, I think, here. We're gonna go for the Blight. Yeah, we'll go for the Blight. That'll very rapidly translate into damage. Okay, that's I think the last round the mark's gonna be. I'm just gonna have to remark him. Yep, there goes the mark. Let's use that bandage. And missed. Okay, so that removes the protection off of the drowned ropeman, although he now starts healing, so we're gonna have to down drowned ropeman rapidly. There we go. Roman dealt with. Without too much healing on the crew. His first action is going to be to replace the crewman. Drowned ropeman. Go for a stun on the drowned ropeman. Yeah, he resisted it. Yeah, let's mark you.
How quickly the tide turns.
Okay. There we go. Of course, it just means it's going to replace the crewman. So, we didn't want him healing, which is why we downed the crewman. That's why we went for the stun. Because if we can stun the crewman, then that delays us having to bring the crewman down a turn. Well, that's a good question. Can I... Okay, we're gonna go for trying to bring this thing down now. $21 to go. Here's Heave Ho. So we're in a position to stun him. And not quite enough to bring the ropeman down. Oh, we actually stunned the crew, although the crew's going to recover from that real quick. Yes!
They are cursed to float forever, deep in the swirling blackness. far beyond the light's reach.
We're going to continue adventuring. Yeah, we're just going to continue adventuring. Not going to bother to heal. I think we're tanky enough that we can get back to the secret room without anything serious going on. So you need to keep the torch lit in case we get ambushed. That's one of the reasons I held off on handing out food, in case we run into any of those.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Yeah, nice. Not necessarily quick, but a successful delve in against the Sunken crew.
Darkness closes in, haunting the hearts of men.
Nice, decent hull.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and
There we go,
purpose is
finishing the
made
quest.
clear.
It should be a pretty nice hole in the money because of the multiple trapezoids we picked in. A couple tense moments there fighting the Sunken crew, but otherwise everything went well. And yeah, that was the concern, is that we'd very rapidly hit level 5 with all our guys and not have anyone to go after a veteran boss. Move resist down is bad on the leopard particularly, so we'll be sending him to the doctor.
Even these dirt-covered dullards have their uses. Put them to work.
Historically, seasonal laborers have been loath to make the journey along the old road, but harsh economic conditions have driven them to desperation. Okay, so we get one free upgrade of our choice. And of course, we're going to take the armor smithing, one of those really expensive ones. And I'm thinking we're going to amp the furnace up here.
A sharper sword.
Is what we were saving up to do the armor smithing.
Anything to prolong a soldier's life.
So we can get much cheaper upgrades in the future. The alternative would have been to save that up for the stagecoach. Network for number. In fact, I could take level 1. Tempted to take level 1, but we'll hold off on that. Yeah, at this point, we're either back down to... Actually, first, let's get the leper treated. Leper we know wants to get rid of vertigo. Take the other guys off the team, because that's what we're gonna do. So level-wise, we got 3 below 5, so they can do the one veteran quest, I suppose. I'm probably not gonna bother for the sharpening stone. Or we can go in after short quests, or apprentice level quests. Dodgy sheath is maybe a bit tempting. Maybe. Initially interesting. And bumper crop. Although I think that's extra people. Oh. Because we didn't go after the shriek is gone. Okay, so that doesn't bother me too much. I'm thinking we're going to go after bumper crop. Go do this Warren's one. And take the apprentices in. Both to try to get more healers in the higher tiers, and maybe to farm a little bit of gold, so we'll probably take the Antiquarian in. Although that would be the last time we take the Antiquarian into such a low-level quest. Although that is an argument to bring it into a medium instead of a short. I'll do a quick check to make sure. I think we've done all the veteran level bosses now.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Application force, alternative payment, sewer solution, visitors. Yeah, that's all of them. So next is to summon champion tier bosses. To do things like defeat the 16-pounder, the drowned crew, the formless fresh, the hag witch, necromancer lord, so on and so forth. And once we've got all those done, we'll probably take a swing at the darkest dungeon. Probably get some people promptly, rapidly killed. To join the veteran and the master occultists in the graveyard. Okay, we got 2 medium-length quests here. Stun chance for the Houndmasters is real tempting. Agile wait. Tend not to use my Houndmasters as stunners in the front, but oh, the thing that's annoying about this is gather. So our inventory is going to get slowly filled up with the holy relics. No. Oh, both of these are gather. Both of these are gather. I'm not going to go around that. Okay. So the question is, do I want dodgy sheath or cudgel weight? You know, I think we want the cudgel weight. And then we need to set up a team. Let's try to get the level 1s going. Do I bring the Antiquarian in? Yeah, I think we bring the Antiquarian in. Yeah, let's run that combo. It'd be a little annoying if we get this guy to level to 3, but that'll work. I think that's the way we want it arranged. Let's check to make sure these guys have got their skills upgraded to their current max. Sniper shot. I think we still run the same combo. Upgrade those ones. Don't really worry about blind fire. Don't really worry about suppressing fire. Yeah, let's work with that. Oh, and they can all be upgraded to level 2 gear, so let's do that. I'm not going to quite splurge for the level 3 stuff. Especially the thing is we're taking people in who can only get up to level 2. Right, the Antiquarian and the Occultist would be a little tempting to take to 3. Well, we'll walk in like this. We must eat the swine's appetite for constables? Constables. Exceeds even their thirst for blood. Winter is always closed, and the hamlet would do well to restock its sparse ladder. So we now get 3 grain sacks. So we're going into the Warrens as a medium Warrens, so probably 2 stacks of torches. All the food. This is maybe a place where you can get away with a little bit less food, but food's always useful for healing. Key, shovel, I do those backwards, that's fine. Take a second shovel just to be sure. 2 herbs, double holy water, 4 bandages. Start with 1, so down 1 bandage. A couple antivenom. In we go.
Even the fiercest beast will lay down when it is not eaten.
Steal their food.
We'll pick that up on the way back.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Okay. Let's get you knifing the hook man. Ooh, stun the Arbalest, but the Arbalest gets to go. The vomit, other than doing a bunch of stress damage, isn't too severe.
Executed with impunity.
Okay, delaying incoming damage. Actually, you go for the park.
As the fiend
There we go.
falls, a faint
Scratch
hope
one enemy.
blossoms.
I meant to hit the guy, but whoops. It's me clicking a little too quickly. Ah, guy in the back survives with 1 hit point. Okay. Weakening Curse can do damage.
Their
There we go.
formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Okay. We're all gonna get act before it goes. Let's do the heals. Try to do the heals. Hopefully don't bleed ourselves. Oh, I don't have a reliable way to hit that rank, do I? Not a 100% chance to stun you. So let's hit you with the stun so we can move you to someplace else and hopefully stun. Doesn't stun, so we'll go for the
Press
knife. There we
disadvantage.
go.
Give them no quarter.
Pick that up on the way. Actually, we need to pick that up to complete the quest, so we will pick that up on the way back, but we have to interact with it is what's going to go on. So we got one other forced backtrack. We'll do the forced backtrack, and then we'll camp.
In Radiance, may we find victory. Curious is the trap maker's art, his efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes. The light, the promise of safety.
the scouting. Now, what we're looking for could be a curio, so it could be there, it could be there, so we gotta come down this potentially dead end one way or the other. Lost the initiative. Some of them. Did we lose it on all of them? No.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Ah, missed.
A decisive pummeling.
Okay, we want to take an opportunity to try to heal them in a bit. Go for a kill confirm.
Another abomination.
There we go.
Cleansed from our lands. Continue the onslaught.
So we got a round before they're going to act again.
Them all.
It could be worse. It could be worse. That crit at the least. Well, that stress is starting to get out of control.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Well struck.
A little worried about reinforcements coming in there, so I decided it was time to bring the fight to
Remind
close.
yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
And we're going to reverse that behind for the moment. Pick that up on the way back. If that is the third one, and the one in here is another one, we might be done on the quest, but I don't think we are. No, that's not a grain store. You got a moment of surprise here. Well, at least we stopped that from happening twice back to back.
Obliterated.
Okay, we got rid of the drummer.
The ground quakes.
Okay, resisted the move but did not resist the stun. That's good to see. Let's go for the heal. Oh, and we bled ourselves. Okay. That's easy enough to clean up with the bandages.
Decimated.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Faithless quirk removed. Okay. And then we begin our backtrack. Oh, that's gonna take up a whole space, is it? Distribute the food from the 4-stack. All the more reason to camp ASAP.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
Okay, we're gonna run up the stress a little bit to not get ambushed. Gonna do scouting ahead for the scout chance. I'm gonna try to de-stress you. Justice Midge. Yeah, we'll get an accuracy buff on the bounty hunter.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
So that's not the cure we're looking for. We know we're looking for a
Such
cure.
a terrible
So we get to
assault
skip that
cannot be
fight in
left
the top
unanswered.
left. Yeah, so we can skip that fight in the top left.
Precision and power. A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Can reduce the incoming damage a little bit with the stuns. More importantly, stop the stress.
This expedition at least promises success.
me go check out that curio. That might be the curio that ends the map. Probably isn't, but...
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Yeah, it's always stressful walking backwards. But it's probably less stressful than fighting someone. You don't otherwise need to fight.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
70%, 90% is going to be the way to go. Ooh. Still
Mind
failed it.
that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule. If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Nope. Mashing ourselves into another trap. Yeah, this is with the scouting bonus, so not getting lucky with the scouting. Mark the Manman. Ah, didn't bring the Madman down.
Another one falls.
He's marked, so we're just gonna have the marksman probably bring him down. Just getting to the marksman to do that. You want to self-heal.
Annihilated. A singular strike.
Okay, we need to always use a bandage after the fight. So we've got one.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Okay, there's the end of the quest right there. So we win this fight, we end the quest.
Masterfully executed.
Ah, 1 hit point. So close. Yeah, poor Arbalest. That Arbalest is not going to the next quest. Chopping our way through the enemy. We'll actually have you do a heal. There we go.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless. Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Let's continue venturing. Did we get lucky and get a scouting? We did. So we get to see what's in the next room. So there is one curio in the hallway. We'll check the curio. Never mind. We're leaving. That curio is not worth interacting
Our
with.
supplies are replenished. The soldiers will feast tonight.
Yeah, it felt like a short one, even though it was technically a medium. So yeah, the occultist and antiquarian are now level 3.
A modest offering from those few
supply and
surrounding
provisions are
farms as
cheaper
yet
next time.
untouched
Okay.
by the spreading calamity.
Okay, Herbalist is going to go receive something. Ooh. Yeah, no. Okay, you're gonna be busy for a week, if not 2. Man's gotta go. Rabies isn't too bad. Bad humors, yeah, you gotta get treated for that. Well, that's just accuracy, yeah, that should get you treated as well for him. Forget about it. So I think this is probably a good place to put a part break in. In the next part, so if you're watching on YouTube, tomorrow's part, I think we're going to be going into champion level stuff. At least while we wait for the low level guys to... for them to recover the stress and their diseases, so we can make a low level team. The mid level team is mostly just bringing up more healers to the high tier, because apparently the people we lose are the healers. I have a bad habit of apparently losing my healers. Yeah, we're pretty good otherwise. So we'll probably decide to go after one of these long quests, go either after like the Ancestor Signet Ring, which is tempting, 10% accuracy, 10% protection. Book of Sanity for stress reduction. Legislator will probably pass on. Straining Padlock. Hero's Ring. If you get enough virtue chance, it's nice. If you don't, it's unavoidable. Undesirable. So yeah, I think we're probably going to try this one, this long one in the Weld. This should also get the first of the Weld bosses to show up. Yeah, we'll figure out what team we're going to take in the beginning of next one. It'll be obviously the level 5s going in here. So which of the teams I will decide. We'll do that early in the next one, because we've run this one long enough. If you're watching on YouTube, there should be a part up tomorrow. We are going to try to record 3 more parts today. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We're going to take a short break here so I can get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea, and then we'll be back to record another part. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.